Read what he had to share below. That was more like a stage direction to myself. I shouldn't have actually said it.
You think that part and then you read the
next
next
and
part.
like now explaining this sort of makes me seem like a fucking psychopath.
Yeah, I can cut it.
No, I want them to know.
Okay, that's fine.
Quote, from a technical side, it was actually not that difficult. The biggest hurdle was different server requirements and security protocols. You know, the different ones that Sony uses versus what Microsoft uses versus what you have to worry about on Steam. But that didn't take us long. Like, we don't have a giant lever like that you see in Star Wars when they shoot the Death Star. But if we were to use that as some kind of approximation, then if all parties were on board, we could flip a switch very similar to that, only it's more dramatic. And it would work. It would work like that. We've already performed tests on multiple configurations, and the technology works. We just need to be able to have the go-ahead and iron out the small little bugs and things that pop up in edge cases that you aren't aware of until you're in the trenches. But the technical side didn't take us long at all. Once Microsoft told us that it was a feature they were ready to support, we had it up and running very, very quickly. End quote. Interesting. But I don't think Sony's going to go for this. They don't need to.
Why not?
Because I say we, because I have a personal stake. Not really. But you pick your sides.
Why not?
Well, there's 40 million PS4s out there. That's enough.
But it seems to be a very common conception that Xbox Live is better than the PSN. And that is their point of difference.
Yeah, and it probably is.
So I don't see why Sony would not be like, but we can just do the same thing.
But just allowing PS4 players to verse Xbox players doesn't mean we get Xbox Live.
Yeah, I know, but it's just like, it shows parity in the networks.
It would. Yeah, that's
it's like,
true.
if it's running as good on our PlayStation network as it is on Xbox, and now we can play together because they run the same, what's the difference?
I just don't think they need to do it. Like, yeah.
I think it's going to start being a PR problem if they push it back too hard.
Yeah, that's it. They can, at the moment, do what they're doing, which is nothing. And people can't really say anything one way or the other.
Yeah, but it's going to get to a point now where Xbox is like, we want to do it, and Rocket League, like Psyonix is like, we want to do it, and PlayStation's going to be the one who's just going, they're not saying anything, but that's as good as a no.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to start being like
I don't care.
A PR problem.
Like, I don't care.
I don't care so much for Rocket League. I just want someone to come up with a game called Console Wars where
you actually verse Xbox
You
players.
are in the PlayStation camp versing the Xbox camp, and that is it.
That is genius.
I don't know, like...
It would make things so vicious. Vicious.
Here it comes. Ready? Battlefield 1. There's no allies and whatnot. It is Xbox and there is PlayStation.
That would be pretty
and
glorious.
That is the two sides.
That would be pretty glorious.
And then you need a meta game of like who's winning, who's controlling territories.
That would be cool.
There we go. Alien Nation. Get rid of like Australia's doing good and America's doing good. How's Xbox doing? How's PlayStation doing?
That would make things more competitive, I imagine.
I'm also more interested in like, could I invite a friend I have on Xbox to play with me?
Yeah, see, that's where it gets dicey. Like, it gets very dicey.
But that wouldn't have, like, that's crazy. Like, if that's something I could do and just be like, all right, well, I know I've got a friend who plays Rocket League on Xbox One.
Yeah.
I would like to play with them. Can I invite them? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I imagine you'd have to be able to.
You'd hope so.
It'd probably be in-app, like in the game.
Oh, yeah, like I wouldn't invite them to a cross-party chat or anything.
Yes.
But that would be cool.
I think so. But again, I don't need it, and I don't care. Which puts me, I guess... Do people really want this? How would you know?
No, it's not a matter of... I'm sure people want it.
It'd be a fun
Because I know there's people who are like, oh, I've only, like, all my friends play Xbox, or all my friends only play PlayStation. Like, it'd be cool to be able to play with them. Like, I was that in the whole PS3 era. I was the only one except my brothers who had a PlayStation.
Yeah.
And I was just like, well, you guys are going to go have fun playing Dead Island, and I'm just going to play by myself.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'd love to have played Dead Island with people, but I didn't.
Here's something. So, Psyonix have figured this out. Does that mean they'd be willing to... This sort of opens the floodgates. Would they give that technology to other devs? Would other devs then be expected to do this?
From what it's... Like, I know nothing about this process, but from what it sounds like, any dev could just do it.
Knowing nothing intensifies.
It doesn't seem like it's a technology that Psyonix is like, well, we've got a patent on this. You can't use it without us
They
letting
very
you.
Easily could.
I don't think so. I don't feel like people there'd just be another way to do it.
I feel like they're
like how Facebook happened.
Yeah, I feel like they're being good guy psionics with this.
Yeah.
Like they're like, just let us do it. Do.
So I don't know. It's been my dream for ages that just the networks just converge.
I just don't see Sony doing it. I feel like they don't need to, and until like,
but no one needs to.
That's it.
Like I don't think Xbox needs to. They're just like, we're open to it.
Let me rephrase. I don't think there's anything in it for PlayStation. For Xbox, it opens it up to a market twice the size of the one they're already playing with.
You're thinking like online community size.
Yeah, like we've 40 million players. They're working with about 20 million. They could use
that'd be
more
interesting because
people.
like when I go online to play Rocket League in the Oceania servers, there's only like 3,000 people playing.
That's weird. Oh, the game came out more than a year ago. Like
no, I know, but that's I just mean like for Xbox, I can't imagine how an Xbox One user in Australia is playing. Like if I've only got 3,000 out of a 40 million user base, what do they got?
Maybe half that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Though the game is newer on Xbox, so maybe there's a bit more of a buzz going at the moment.
That's true. Like imagine what it's going to be like when we finally, the long-ordained date arrives and we get Rise of the Tomb Raider like we're promised. It's going to be all over PSN.
Yeah, it will be so good.
And I'm going to be all over Lara.
Wouldn't it be cool? Oh, actually, no. I'm going to say it. Wouldn't it be cool if they could combine the gameplay of Tomb Raider with the story of Uncharted?
That'd be ideal.
That would be like the best of both worlds.
It would literally be the best of both worlds. Quite literally. During their reveal stream, Atlas announced that Persona 5 is coming to Japan on September 15th for PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 3. Remember that one, Govinda?
Wait, what?
Along with the standard edition, Japanese gamers will be able to pick up the more expensive 20th Anniversary Edition, which includes a copy of the game, art book, 5-disc 20th Anniversary All-Time Best Of album, which has music from the Shin Megami Tensei Persona, Persona 2 Innocent Sin / Eternal Punishment, Persona 3 Fez, Persona 4 The Golden, and Persona 5. Special DLC sets, a custom theme, and a treasure box. Atlas also revealed that the 30-minute anime special titled Persona 5 The Animation, The Daybreakers, will debut in September in Japan. While a Western release date wasn't given for Persona 5, the official website confirms that it is coming to E3 2016 on June 14th, where more details will likely be given.
Oh, please come out this year. Please?
I don't think it's going to.
Nah, this is like I said it last week. I was like, if they don't announce a global release date at this, then probably not going to see it until like March.
Yep.
I'm hoping, like I can only hope that we'll get to E3 and they're like, okay, it's October in Europe.
Yep.
September, Japan, October. Kind of like Dark Souls.
That's such a kick in the dick. Like it was meant to be out last year.
At least, like it was meant to be out in Japan last year, at least.
Yeah, we would be done with it at this point. But I'm almost glad it isn't because there's gonna be a lot to play.
I don't know what though. Look, what's at the end of the year? Horizon got pushed. Mass Effect got pushed. I've got Battlefield, but
there's more stuff than that, I'm sure. Final Fantasy,
Tomb Raider, Final Fantasy.
Those are big games already.
That's true. Now I think about it,
and I'm sure there's a lot more we're not thinking of.
Oh, Call of Duty.
Infinite.
Yeah. Just kidding. So if you like Call of Duty,
I think we've picked our side, haven't we?
No. See, again, I said it before, but like, if Battlefield came out, sorry, I thought I said Battlefront.
I keep doing that.
I know,
too.
it's too similar. If Battlefield came out and was like Battlefield 5 Modern, I'd be fucking out. But the fact that they've done something different and interesting is the only reason I'm in.
As a quick addendum, last week we had the story where the Battlefield devs talked a whole bunch of shit. They have since apologized and deleted those tweets. Although now we do know the trailer they were talking about when they said it would melt the internet.
Because it has, and your move, Activision.
It was kind of a dick move on their part, to be honest.
A bit smug.
You're way too smug.
I think you're better off being like a gracious winner.
I would have just been like, if I had been a COD dev, just be like, yeah, bring the game out and see how it runs, mate.
Nah, see, then you're inviting the challenge and then they release a game like Battlefield.
Battlefront, correct.
It's really getting me now. I'm like,
it's rough.
I think I'm too conscious of it. But then they release a game like Battlefront that runs fine from day one and has a huge user base from day one.
Back to Persona. I did want to watch. I watched this stream.
Fuck it! Sorry.
Yeah, I sat up. I set a little alarm. It was meant to go begin at 10:30 in Australia.
10:30 p.m.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why did I have to? I had to think. Then I was like, "It's at night. AM is that AM or PM?"
The dark time.
I set an alarm because I'm an old man and couldn't trust myself to stay up that late. So I watched it, and it was one of the more bizarre Japanese things I've ever witnessed. Even more so than things I've seen in Japan.
The trailer?
The stream.
The whole stream.
It was so strange. So it opens. I feel like it was running late.
Can we do something real quick? Can we cut? I want to watch the trailer so we can actually talk about it.
Yeah, we'll come back to that. But the setup for that, we're not there yet. This is a fucking ride, dude. So they'd been, on Twitter I'd been watching, they'd been playing songs from the new album, the new...
Persona soundtrack?
Yeah, the soundtrack. And it's cool as fuck jazz, like as you would expect.
So, their music's great.
I believe they played 3 songs and they looped them for 3 hours. And then they're like, the stream starts at 10:30 a.m. if you're in Australia. PM. God damn it. And so I watch it, and it keeps cutting to an old woman, and they've got a shot of Tokyo Tower, which is like basically the Japanese were like, oh, France has got the Eiffel Tower, let's build a better one. So they've got like the Tokyo Tower, and it's like a beautiful building, it's covered in lights, and they're like, that's what the stream is. It's just a shot of Tokyo Tower, and I believe it's like 3 times the size of the Eiffel Tower. Could be wrong about that. Pretty sure. And they're playing it up as if the Phantom Thieves, the characters you play, are about to pull a heist on the Tokyo Tower. That's the setup. And they're like talking to people on the street, like, do you know what's going on? This is all in Japanese.
I love it.
I'm watching a live blog of this dude, like, roughly translating it. And so this just goes on for more than an hour. Like, every now and then they're like, go to this crazy old Japanese lady and she's like, oh god, I can't believe it's going to happen. Like, the reports are saying something's going to happen here. And then it just cuts back to a please wait screen and just a shot of the tower. And I have to work at like 5 o'clock the next morning, and I'm just laying there going, seriously, fucking do something. And we sit there for, it was probably more than an hour before they're finally like, something's happening at the tower. And I believe, what colour was it? I believe they were like blue lights. Imagine the Eiffel Tower covered in blue lights at night. They changed it to the Persona theme, like they were all red lights, which would have looked fucking crazy if you're in the city. But like, seeing it from a couple rooftops away on a webcam live stream, it wasn't that impressive. I was just like, alright, here we go. And then it kind of like kicked into it. Well, let's cut and let's watch it.
Okay. And we're back and I've watched it.
I came in my pants.
Ew.
Repeatedly. I might need to change my underwear.
What do you mean repeatedly? We were gone for like 4 minutes.
I'm kind of a unique man in that I can have multiple orgasms.
You're like a woman in that regard.
Well, yeah, in that regard.
Is it a penis?
It's sort of an inward penis.
You're a woman, dude.
No. I have
I think
chest
you might
hair,
be trans, dude. Sorry, I wouldn't understand. I'm just a cis, but what's the...
Dicey. Very dicey.
Yeah, we live a dicey life.
This is a hot button issue in society.
Push it to the limit.
So, Persona looks incredible.
I'm just right there with you with the pants full of jizz.
It's hot. This is hot.
It looks so good. Like, just... It's so different, yet I just know what I'm doing. Like, I saw him running through Tokyo. I'm like, I know there's a shop. I can buy a book out there.
And what looks like to be Egypt, the pyramids.
It looks like you're traveling. This little icon looks like a plane. Like, almost as if it's a loading screen and it's a plane, so you might travel a bit.
So yeah, definitely on display is a lot more gameplay, a lot more dungeon crawling, which looks way sped up.
And a lot more to it than just a flat area with some corridors.
Yeah, that's it. That's
like
it.
Pushing buttons and hovering things are there. And
we have the reveal of new playable characters, multiple.
Yeah.
Which was something we were a little worried about originally. Because you want the cast of characters.
Yeah, and
there's always the cast.
From what we are speculating, it looks like if you've played Persona 4, the equivalent to the TV world, looks like it's probably like the internet.
Yeah, or your phone.
Oh, there was a point where the glasses girl was looking at a computer screen, and you
Yeah.
could see the reflection